Hello students, today I will start the new book Honeycomb textbook class 7 chapter 1 3 questions. 3 questions have two parts. So today I will start the first part, and this story was written by Lew Tolstoy. Before you read, I will tell you about this story in brief. A king has 3 questions and he is seeking answers to them. What are the questions? Does the king get what he wants? So king has the 3 questions, and what does that questions? Does he get the answers of these questions? And why he wanted the answer of this question? Because king thought that he would never fail in his life if he would get the answer of these 3 questions. So these 3 things were: what is the right time to being something? Number 2, which people should he listen to? And last and third one is, what is the most important thing for him to do? So these 3 questions which the king wondered about the answer of these questions, and what he had done, he gathered the people to his kingdom to come and give the answers of these 3 questions, and also put some prize on them. In reply to the first question, sent messengers throughout his kingdom, promising a large sum of money to anyone. Many wise men came to the king. So what did king done? He sent messengers throughout his kingdom. In this slide you will see the picture of messenger who gives and takes the answer. So he spread his messengers all over his kingdom to get the answer of this question. Secondly, he promising a large sum of money to that person who would give the answer of his questions. And third, he consulted the wise man. Why he consulted the wise man? Because wise man had the experience of a whole life. Some said that the king must prepare a timetable. Others said that it was impossible to decide in advance the right time for doing something, and the king needed a council of wise men. So when the people got the message of the king, they fastly ran to the king palace to give the answer of those 3 questions. Some said king must prepare a timetable. So I think students, you know about the timetable. In school you have the timetable. According to timetable you have the periods and lectures of your subjects, and some students make the timetable at home, and how when they would go to play, when they would be study, and so many other works. Others said that it was impossible to decide in advance the right time for doing something, and some people said that they will decide the right time when the work had been done, and the king needed a council of wise men. And somebody said that in your council you should have the number of a wise man. In order to decide the right time for doing something, it is necessary to look into the future. So this line shows that the right time that king should be looked into the future. Nobody know about the future, but some decide to said that the king need the magicians, that magician only can tell the future. The king therefore would have to go to magicians. So in this slide you will see the picture of magician. You know the magician only know the tricks, and only make the fun of the people, only to survive his life. He never know about the future. He only perform tricks. in their answers to the second question. So in this way the king did not get the correct answer of his first questions. Now related to the second question, some people said that the people most necessary to the king were his counselors, others said the priests, a few others chose the doctors, others said that his shoulders were most necessary. So some people said that the king must have the council of wise men. Some said that he concerned the priest. In this slide you will see the picture of the priest who always give the man to become wise, wisdom advice, so that he can earn his life very smoothly. But and in second you will see the picture of doctor only cure and heal the wound person. And in this third picture, shoulders only protect the kingdom from his enemy. But the king did not get the answer of his second question, so he was not satisfied with the advice of the people. Now to the third questions, what people said. Some said science, other choose fighting, others religious worship. The king was not satisfied. He decided to seek the advice of certain hermit who was known for his wisdom. Now, related to the third question, king. Some said that the king should concern science. You know, science has given so many technology, many and invent many inventions in our life. And some other says that go to the religious worship. In this slide you will see the worship places of different people, and here we go to the worships to heal our inner soul. So some said that others said that religious worships, but the king was not satisfied. What the king decided to do, he wanted to go to some hermit who was known for his wisdom. Hermit means saint who always do his work very in good manner. The king put on ordinary clothes before he reached the hermit's hut. The king left his horse with his bodyguard and went on alone. He saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. So in this first line, the king put an ordinary clothes means why he put the ordinary clothes, because I think students, you always watch the movies. So king always wear an ordinary clothes and frequently move in his kingdom, so that he would come to know about his kingdom, what was going there. So nobody can be recognized the king in his ordinary clothes. That's why the king put an ordinary clothes. Before he reached the hermit's hut, the king left his horse with his bodyguard and went alone. What did the king do? He left his horse with bodyguard and went on alone. What he saw when the king reached to the hermit hut, he saw that the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. So in this slide you will see the picture that king wears an ordinary clothes. He greeted the king and continued digging. The hermit was old and weak, and as he worked, he breathed heavily. The king went up the hermit and said to answer 3 questions. So when hermit saw the king in ordinary dress, but he did not know that he was king, he just known for his wisdom, he go and greeted the king, and again he come and continued his work that he was digging. What was in this line, the author tell the physical appearance of the hermit, that he was old and weak, and when he worked he breathed heavily. The king went to hermit and said to answer 3 questions. When the king go to the hermit and asked him to give the answer of the 3 questions. How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Who are the people I need most? What affairs are the most important? So the three questions asks by the king to the hermit. But the hermit, what hermit said? "You are tired," said the king. "Let me take the spade and work in your place." But when the king saw that the hermit did not give the answer of these three questions, then the king said, "You are tired. Let me work the spade and work in your place." Then king said, "You hermit to go and take the rest," because he was feeling very tired. And king took the spade from the hermit and started working in the place of hermit. In this picture you will see that the king was going to take the spade from the hermit. When the king had dug two birds, he stopped and repeated his questions. So after a long time, what happened? The king thought that now it had gone so long time, but he didn't get the answer of his questions. So in between, the king had dug two birds, and he stopped and repeated his question to the hermit. The hermit gave no answer. Still, hermit gave no answer. The hermit said, "Now you rest and let me work." Oh, and what did the hermit said? He only said to the king that you go and have some rest and let him to work. The king stuck the spade into the ground and said, "I came to you, wise man, for an answer to my questions. If you can give me no answer, tell me so, and I will return home." So king stuck the spade and said again to the hermit that he only come to you to get the answer of his questions. If you don't answer, then he would go return. He will return to his home. "Here comes someone running," said the hermit. Then hermit ignored what the king said, and he listened the sound of someone coming towards his hut, and hermit said, "Here comes someone running," said the hermit. So in this picture you will see that the king was get angry, and he asked again to the answers of his questions, but the hermit did not give the answers of his question, and only and devote his all his attention towards that person who was running towards his hut. So with this, students, I have going to finish the first part of the story. I think you would like the story. Thanks.